Hello, today I will be discussing the article titled Having Trouble with Your Strategy? Then Map It, written by Robert S. Kaplan and David P. Norton. So this article begins with discussing why mapping is important. Listed here are a few of the main reasons why. Mapping strategies allows for organizations to inform their associates about future endeavors that will affect the whole organization. Mapping strategies have proven to produce more successful outcomes with more associate involvement and knowledge on the subject. Mapping provides a framework that is easily able to be referred back to during the project. And mapping will explain goals and processes that will be used to get to achieve those goals. The article describes that the best way to map a strategy is from the top down, which means to begin with your goal, begin describing your goal, and then to route the process to get to that goal. So to begin with, a review of the organization's mission statements and core values is called for as an initial step. The 4 parts of mapping a strategy are financial perspective, customer perspective, internal process perspective, and learning and growth perspective as listed here. This article gives an example of a company. It's Mobile North American Marketing and Refining, and follows that company's process to achieve higher customer satisfaction rates and to increase the products and services that the company offers. So the first step is financial perspective. This step increases shareholder value, and there are 2 basic outcomes of this step: revenue growth and productivity. In the mobile company example discussed in this article, they began their mapping process by examining their financial perspective. Their goal was to be the best integrated refiner marketer in the United States by effectively delivering unprecedented value to their customers. In an HIM situation, the goal may be to be the best in patient care by ensuring medical records are complete in a timely manner. This initial step is where new sources of product may be introduced and brainstormed. In the mobile example, this is where the company examined the possibility of introducing non-gasoline products to increase revenue, and convenience store expansion was also discussed. In an HIM department, this step may involve discussing possible new vendors and the rates that those vendors will charge for their services compared to the current process. The second step to mapping a strategy is customer perspective. This defines how the organization will differentiate themselves from competitors to attract, retain, and deepen relationships with targeted customers. This is where the organizational attributes, relationships, and the image expelled by the organization are examined and analyzed for improvement opportunities. In the mobile example, this stage is where the organization examined how clean, safe, and fast their stores actually were according to their customers through the use of customer-targeted segments and mystery shopper ratings. In an HIM setting, this step could be used to examine how patients and physicians view the department and the processes currently in place. A tool used in this step could include surveys or one-on-one meetings or group meetings. So the next part of the mapping process is the internal process perspective. This is where the organization will determine the means by which the organization will achieve their goals set in the first step, the financial perspective step, and the customer and how they will use what they found out in the customer perspective steps. In this segment, Mobile implemented their non-gasoline products to their convenience stores and monitored their popularity with the customers. They improved hardware performance and inventory management, delivered products on time, and became the industry cost leader. They improved their environmental safety and health ratings as well. This stage in an HIM situation could be used to implement a new system or process through a pilot implementation process in order to examine the effects that the process has on quality and effectiveness. Customer satisfaction could be monitored, or should be monitored, Customer meaning HIM associates as well as patients who receive benefits from HIM services such as release of information or perhaps patient portal services. So the final segment in the mapping process is learning and growth perspective. This is defined in the article as the foundation of the strategy mapping process. It defines the core competencies and skills, technologies, and the corporate culture needed to support the company's strategy. Mobile identified that its employees needed to gain a broader understanding of the marketing and refining business from end to end. They also came to the conclusion that they would need to grow their leaders to be better at guiding current and future employees and expelling their company's vision. In the technology aspect, Mobile identified automated equipment that needed monitoring, as well as databases that needed to be established in order to analyze customers' buying experiences. This step could include developing tools that will help monitor how implemented changes are being upheld and how they're affecting quality rates. Mobile utilized scorecards that each of their locations could fill out to rate and monitor themselves. HIM managers and directors could utilize this step to further train coordinators and supervisors to better fit the new strategy being implemented. As well, employee feedback should be considered. Systems can also be examined in this step to ensure compatibility throughout the organization. So in conclusion, the 4 stages of mapping a strategy are financial perspective, customer perspective, internal process perspective, and learning and growth perspective. They're all important stepping stones on the way to successfully implementing new organizational-wide processes and strategies. Mapping increases the chances of an organization being successful when undertaking new processes and should be utilized by HIM professionals and really any professional whenever possible. Nobody wants to start a project that doesn't have a good chance of being successful. So using different strategies such as mapping is just another way to help your goal get completed with the best results. So here's the link to the article. It's really interesting. I encourage you all to read it, and I look forward to reading any comments and questions you might have. Thank you.